Yo, yo, yo. We are back for second day in a row. It's going to be chest and back today at the local YMCA. So I hope that the Y will let us record. If you're seeing this, obviously they did. I've seen people record at a YMCA before, but ours is kind of small. So one can hope that they'll let us. But a benefit of that will be if they do play music there, which is rare, it's normally very, very quiet. So I shouldn't have to put blaring music over the training segments just to make it not get copyrighted. So that'll be cool. And they have this nice big area that I can use for posing. They have let me do that before. That's nice. The lighting's a little soft, but better than a locker room. Another nice thing about the Y is it has a sauna in the locker room, like built into the showers. And it's nice. It's hot in there. We don't go in there that often, but it's definitely nice to sometimes get a good steamy sauna. I feel like it just really helps loosen up and recover, and even helps my skin and just my sinuses and stuff. Not something I'd maybe want to do all the time, but once in a while it's welcome. But like I said last time, not too long of car talks. So I'm gonna wrap it up, and hopefully I'll see you in there for some chest and back. Okay. First, some flat barbell bench. Prior warm up, of course.
Good job.
I think the stopping definitely made it harder. Next, some cable flies. Kind of a low to high type thing. Less, I mean, kind of right in the middle, but. Okay, number 2, same height, same weight. Okay, wow. Some pull downs to start off the back exercises. Holy damn. Yeah, heavy. Okay, I don't know if this angle looks at all good with this humongous shirt, but I'm thinking maybe a drop set for this one. So it'll probably still be pretty heavy. Okay. Oh, nope, it works good. Good stuff. Okay, some cable row, close grip. That was good. Okay, another one with a wider grip. Nope. Okay. Okay. Back to some chest. Oh God, yeah, a little heavy. Okay. Impromptu drop set then. Oh my God. Okay. A little less ambitious. Hopefully this will be less than, or more than 3 reps. Okay, this should be the final exercise. Some kind of cable pullovers. Okay, maybe slightly lighter next time. Maybe only like 2 of these. Okay. 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 So, ending pump check in a mirrored studio room. Let me rotate you just there you go. The lighting is super soft in here, but well, let's get a little closer to the mirror. How about that? There's some basketball going on in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. Now for some back focused stuff. I'll be right out, sorry.
You get a BodyBuilding?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? So, back. I think that's pretty much it. Whew. That was a good workout. I'm not so much out of breath from the workout itself, but the freaking steam sauna at the end of it, that does not fail to get the heart rate up a little bit. It was toasty in there. I'm not so used to doing it. It can be a little shocking. But I feel like, it's got a lot of proven health benefits and stuff to do some like warm exposure occasionally and really sweat it out a little. It also, as a kind of a secondary benefit, you look pretty crazy when you come out of it, because there's this big mirror in the locker room, like a big full body mirror, and you like, I'm all red from being super hot in the sauna. I'm like wet because it's a steam sauna. I'm super sweaty, so I'm like all glistening and shiny, but I also just sweated a whole bunch, so I'm looking a little dry. And dude, I swear, like, getting out of a sauna makes you look a couple percent leaner, and it's only going to get way crazier as the cut continues. I'm sure at like the end of it, when I'm like super peeled, getting out of that sauna, dude, I'll look insane, freakish, you might say. But the workout itself was good. It's a relatively small YMCA, like I said, so it doesn't have the craziest equipment, but you don't really need the craziest equipment. Just get in there and do it. Try hard, have some decent structure, and you'll be fine. You can get an amazing physique with just dumbbells to an extent. I mean, I feel like your legs would be a bit of an issue, but it wasn't like day to day. That is next workout. I think tomorrow is probably gonna be a rest day, but the day after that is gonna be legs. One thing this gym does have is some pretty interesting cable attachments as far as grips. So they have these like big W kind of shaped ones with a little loop in the middle, and that's where the cable attaches, and you grip vertically on the outside. So we used those for the second and third set of cable rows, and they were pretty good for like the kind of scapular mid-trap contraction, which was good. I feel like in all back stuff you need kind of a even combination of lat biased and mid to upper back biased exercises. I'm not sure if you necessarily always need to work in upper trap focused stuff, especially if you have decent traps, but I feel like it couldn't hurt occasionally. And as far as chest stuff, that those cable flies, like about midway through, were great. Normally when we're doing cable flies, it's got like the two cable towers that are opposite each other and you're in the middle kind of flying them together. But this one is kind of the more of a crescent, so you're in front of the cable stack, so it's pulling your arms directly back. And I feel like there's not as much tension on the squeeze, but there's so much more tension when your arms are out and extended and your pecs are fully stretched. I feel like there's a lot more tension at that point, which I hear, and from what I could tell, is more important to have some sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's more important to have heavy weight in the stretch than it is on the squeeze. I still think there's value to having weight in the squeeze, but I feel like if you're gonna bias one end or the other, the stretch is more important. Which is why I don't love barbell bench. I prefer dumbbells, but by the time we got to dumbbells, I was pretty gassed. As you saw, those were some scrappy sets, I'm not gonna lie. But for the barbell, like, it's good, but I feel like it doesn't get your hands far back enough. Like with dumbbells, you can get so much further down, so much more of a. I also prefer incline over flat, but a press is a press is a press. to some extent. So, like I said, you don't need crazy stuff to just make it happen. But that pose down at the end was pretty good. Some people did come in partway through, so I might lower the audio for the second half of it. But they said I weren't bothering them, and I wasn't. They weren't bothering me, so it's completely fine. I'm trying not to be too intrusive. So I'll try to get this edited together in the next couple days. There shouldn't have to be music over it. I mean, I might put a teeny bit in the background, but for the most part, I think I'll try to keep it quieter and see how you guys like that. I'll see you another day for legs. You better be there. Don't if you ain't skipping legs, you better watch it.